All right, everybody should be seated at this time. You should be seated at this time. We're going to get the program started. We're going to run a commercial. ABC is investing a lot of time and energy in workforce development. Everyone is out there saying how much we need people. So we want to get the program started by showing you our latest TV commercial, which will be running on TV and radio. So roll the commercial.
Unsure about your future career? Trying to figure out the best option or path to take? Clear answers can be found at yourfuturecareer.org. Avoid college debt and non-essential careers that get shut down, leaving you unemployed. Yourfuturecareer.org opens the door to essential careers in the skilled trades. At yourfuturecareer.org, you'll find a wide diversity of options. If you're ready to start a new path in your career with long-term security and success, check out yourfuturecareer.org today.
All right, before we go live, I want to go ahead and tell you about a new program we've got going on. On your table, you'll find some information about the Logic program. Logic is Ladies Operating for Growth in Construction. So if you've got a woman in the industry that you know is doing great things and wants to get involved in leading and growing number of women in construction, we want to get you involved in the Logic program. So grab that flyer and read up a little about that. I want to invite to the stage Lindsay and Drew to talk a little bit about our Next Gen Leaders program. Lindsay and Drew, can you hear me? They're back there. Come on up. Got the sound working? That better? We're doing our best. It's house sound. You know, the system hasn't been used in a year, so it's got a lot of dust in it. If we needed to meet some new low voltage electrical guys in the room to run us some new sound. Lindsay and Drew are going to talk to us about the Next Gen Leaders program.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Drew Orris. I work with Messer Construction. I am the co-chair of the Emerging Leaders Young Professional Group in ABC, and this is Lindsay Simpson. She is the head chairman or chairwoman of the Emerging Leaders Group. And I just want to take a 1 minute or 2 minutes of your time, just kind of talk about the group, who we are and what we do and all that good stuff. So I know just looking around that what I'm about to say and the group I'm about to promote isn't going to apply directly to some of you, as it is a young professional group, but I know I do see a lot of faces out there that would definitely fit in here. So pretty much what we do is we're a networking social group. We meet once every month, every 6 weeks, and just talk about the industry, talk about what we do and our experiences in it. Right now we're about 10 members strong. Doesn't seem like a lot, but after the whole COVID thing, we kind of started with nothing. So we're kind of down to just one meeting slash happy hour every 4 to 6 weeks. But once numbers start to grow and we get more membership, we definitely plan to hold some sort of professional development events, some job site tours, or public speaking seminars, stuff of that sort. And this is not just a group, which when I first joined, I thought it was like a bunch of construction managers sitting around a table and talking about the hard day at the job site. It's not like that. at all. It's a very diverse group, people from different companies and different fields that make up the construction industry. Like Lindsay, when I first joined this group, I was introduced to her, and she works with Enterprise. And when I saw that, I was like, Enterprise, that's not a construction company. What is this? And then when I actually talked to her about it, I was like, so what is it that you do? And she told me that in a nutshell, she manages fleets of trucks and vans for contractors. And I was like, that's awesome. That's interesting. That's something that I didn't really think about that goes into this industry and with this networking group. It's a very valuable experience meeting people like that don't really do exactly what you do, but really make up the industry. And I've met so many people like that. But with that, for any of you that are interested in joining this group in the future, come find me or Lindsay after the event, and we can give you a business card. You can give me one of yours, and we can connect with each other and go from there. And for any of you that work at a company that has employees that aren't here right now that you think would be interested, find me as well or Lindsay, and we can give you contact information, and you can have them reach out to us. And I'm really excited for the future of this emerging leaders group, and I hope that I can speak with a few of you after regarding this. I think that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Drew and Lindsay. So just to summarize, 2 new programs at ABC coming back to life. One brand new, never been done before, the Ladies Operating for Growth and Construction Group, Logic. Going to be doing a lot of events targeting women in the industry. And our Next Gen Leaders program, trying to get some professional development and social networking for all of our young leaders. Before we get started, we have a number of special people in the room. You're all very special, and we're excited to have everybody here. We're excited to have everybody watching live on our streaming event. I'm told we've got hundreds of millions of people, hackers from Russia trying to break into this thing and take us down. We won't let it happen. But one of the people in the room that I wanted to point out specifically is Mr. Kevin Flynn right here in the center of the room at table 14. Kevin Flynn is running for Cincinnati City Council. And Kevin is one of the good guys. And so if you live in the city of Cincinnati, you live in Hamilton County, we've got to support Kevin Flynn and get him back on city council, because he's one of those guys that'll make sure, well, he's not going to end up in prison. We can say that for sure. And he's going to be there leading whomever gets elected, because it's going to be a whole new crew. And they're going to be, you need some stability, and Kevin will bring that. So anything you can do, support Kevin Flynn for Cincinnati City Council. Kevin, thanks for being here. I'd also like to thank all of our board members, all of our staff, and before we get too far into this, let's give a round of applause to all the staff here at the Sharonville Convention Center for the hard work they're doing. Last year at the ABC Barbecue, which will happen again here in June, and I'll give a quick commercial for that, we have the guy who comes out, brings his trailer, makes burgers and chicken, but he also brings the world's greatest pork chop sandwich. And those of you who have had it agree it is the greatest pork chop sandwich. In talking to him, in arranging for this year, he said, you know, last year the only event I did the entire year was the ABC event. And talking to the staff here at Sharonville this year, this is the first event they've done of this size this year. So ABC prides itself on being an innovator. Construction industry gets out there. We're not afraid. We've been working through this whole thing. So give yourself a round of applause for being here tonight. So I'd like to flip over to the slideshow, if I can get that up on the thing and running. And we will start, if everybody could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you could stay standing, bow your heads for a quick moment. God of all creation, we come before you to give thanks for the opportunity to come together at this awards gala. We give you respect and acknowledge you as our creator and provider, the ultimate builder. God, as we begin this celebration of what we've accomplished, we ask that you would continue to guide our thoughts and our actions so that we may have a successful and safe 2021 and beyond. Help us to accomplish our goals while displaying your character. We pray all these things in your mighty name. Amen. We're going to observe a quick moment of silence for those of us who are no longer with us, and we want to give special recognition to Mike Manget of Century Construction. Mike is a finalist for the ABC Legacy Award, and without question, he will win this award someday. Mike, unfortunately, passed April 19th, 2021, so our hearts go out to the folks at Century Construction and everyone else who is no longer with us. Please help me with a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. Start your salads. We're just going to run right through this thing tonight. There are going to be no delays. The servers are going to be out providing your food and your drink. We're all adults. You know where the bathrooms are. But we've got a very, very packed program. I want to start by bringing up our 2021 board chairman, Mr. Luke Perry, to give us his opening welcome speech. Please welcome Mr. Luke Perry.
Good evening, everybody. Can you all hear me all right? Thank you all very much for being here. It really feels great to be gathering in person again, and for good reason, because tonight is truly an event worthy of celebration. As we recognize excellence in our profession with our Legacy Award winner, we'll recognize women in construction, Craftsmen of the Year, safety professionals, and many others. And let's not forget ABC staff. Please join me again in giving them a hand for putting on this wonderful event and everything else that they do. When I began writing this address, I was a bit lost as to what I would say. For weeks, I would just write down a disconnected thought or a sentence or two in a Word document saved on my desktop. I'd open it every weekend and I'd look at my growing list, hoping that a theme I could run with would emerge. This is challenging, I thought. There it is. Challenge. Challenge. ABC is an organization that was born to meet challenges, and we certainly have our fair share of those today. But the drive for triumph over adversity is in the DNA of builders. We thrive on it. So challenge is a fitting theme. In fact, I am speaking to you tonight as chairman because of a personal challenge that ABC inspired in me. So I'd like to begin by sharing that story of how I was called into ABC. It begins at a very precise moment in time. You see, I was sitting in this room, in this gala, in 2016. I was moved by the way the gala opened with a prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. I was impressed by the grandeur of the event, and I was inspired by the Legacy Award winner from that year, Jack Tincher, a man who I did not know then and whom I still have not met. But that doesn't matter, because what inspired me was Jack's story. His story about the early days of ABC and the battles he had to fight to run a merit shop business in a union-dominated world. He spoke of the brotherhood he found with other ABC members in that struggle. See, in Jack's day, he had to face down threats of violence, probably actual violence sometimes, and vicious vandalism. I could not imagine such things. It seemed to me, sitting in the gala audience that night, that the battles that ABC members were now fighting were done by lobbying, petitioning, and political maneuvering. Great stuff, but it struck me as lacking the grit of the struggles that past generations faced. It was in that moment that two thoughts occurred to me. The first was a question and my personal challenge. How do I surround myself with leaders like Jack Tincher? And the second thought was, ABC members need a challenge that will unite, inspire, and energize us. To satisfy the first question, I reached out to chapter president John Morris the next day to ask how I could be more involved. In short order, I found myself in charge of the ABC Young Professionals Group. Then I gained a seat on the board of directors and eventually made my way to board chairman. The youngest in chapter history, I've been told. Now, I am constantly surrounded by and learning from leaders in our industry. Leaders of incredible caliber like Jack Tincher. If there is one thing I hope to accomplish with this address tonight, it is to motivate some of the young people in this audience to get involved with ABC like I did. Because I have to tell you, the journey has been awesome, and I want as many people as possible to share in that experience. As for the second thought I had that night at the Gala in 2016 about ABC members needing a challenge, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if you've turned on the news recently, but it appears that I got my wish. Today, ABC members face incredible challenges in the form of federal legislation like the PRO Act, which seeks to overturn right-to-work laws in more than half the states in this country. Or the new $2 trillion American Jobs Plan that aims to steer almost all of that funding to union companies, thereby excluding the nearly 90% of the workforce that chooses not to be in a union. So much for all that unity and togetherness we were promised, huh? It's kind of difficult to achieve that when you leave out 90% of the country. You know, there's this saying that's popular at ABC that goes, get into politics or get out of business. I think that rings pretty true, but I would argue that we actually need to widen our field of view on that point, because what we really need to do is get involved in the battle for the culture. Another challenge. Many of you have probably heard the phrase, politics is downstream from culture. One meaning to be taken from this is that one's political goals cannot easily be achieved in a culture that is contrary to them. Now, it's no secret that ABC is often aligned with the political right because we believe in things like fair and open competition, individual responsibility, and freedom of association. Things that the political left doesn't like very much. So, the time has come to ask ourselves, are we as ABC members and our political allies, are we winning the culture war? Unfortunately, the answer is not right now. In case you need some convincing of that fact, allow me to channel my inner Jeff Foxworthy to illuminate the situation with a few examples. Number one, you might be losing the culture war if you feel that little twinge of pain in your heart every time you put a mask on your 5 or 6-year-old child to send them to school, when we know full well that children aren't getting or transmitting the virus in any significant numbers. But we put the masks on their little faces anyways. I can think of no greater example to demonstrate the power of culture than seeing millions of parents doing something that they know doesn't make any sense, but they do it because the culture demands it. Of course, this really only applies if you're lucky enough to be able to send your kids to school to learn in person. Many of our ABC brethren across the country are not. Example 2, you might be losing the culture war when the left occupies the height of power in every major institution in this country. Government? Check. Big tech? Check. Entertainment? Check. Big corporations? You bet. We can't turn on a football game, watch Netflix, drink a Coke, or get on an airplane without being bombarded by political messaging and virtue signaling from the left. Example 3. You might be losing the culture war if your political opponents are attempting to destroy every institution of American government by doing things like adding states, packing the Supreme Court, and eliminating minority rights in the Senate. These are world-breaking, brazen, and vicious attempts to grab power, and we should all be furious. But I do not see that kind of response from the American people, and I wonder why. Perhaps because the culture today appears to favor one political perspective so completely that going against it seems futile or even dangerous. By the way, does anyone here think that an ABC-supported law or policy stands a chance in an environment like I just described? It doesn't. Politics is downstream from culture. So, how did we get here? We got here because for years the culture war has only been fought by one side of the political spectrum. See, conservatives and centrists generally don't like to rock the boat and prefer to avoid political disagreement. Everyone thinks they can't speak out publicly because they have a good thing going and they don't want to mess it up. We have clients we don't want to upset, colleagues we don't want to upset, and friends. We don't want to be canceled, for God's sake, but it should be crystal clear by now that this approach is not sustainable if we want to preserve America as we know it. I stand tonight before a room full of leaders. Leaders in the skilled trades, leaders in safety, leaders of businesses. It is now time for us to lead in the defense of our American culture. And the most important thing you can do is to find your voice and learn to speak out and stand up for what you believe in. So go out and run for that open seat on the school board. Vote with your dollars and stop patronizing businesses and services who make it plainly obvious that they despise your values and your opinions. Get involved with ABC. Accept the challenge and find a way to be present in the culture war, because the stakes are high, but it's still anybody's game. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. We now have a video welcome from our National Board Chairman, Mr. Steve Klessig.
Welcome to the Associated Builders and Contractors Ohio Valley Chapter Excellence in Construction Awards. I am Steve Klessig, your 2021 ABC National Chair. I would like to congratulate this year's outstanding EIC winners. I know how much planning and hard work goes into delivering these projects, and I'm sorry I am unable to celebrate in person this year. It's an honor to be part of this great association and be invited by the great Ohio Valley chapter. My good friend Kevin Sell gave my nominating speech, and Brendan McAndrews is one of my closest friends on the executive committee of ABC. He is a great vice chair for your region as well. John Morris, thank you for the invitation. You have great leaders in Ohio. The Big 10 or 20 or whatever it is now have great history together. The presidential election usually hinges on how you vote. Let's just say you are influencers in Ohio. The EIC winners are influencers and leaders of our industry. I congratulate you all on your awards. As one of you, I know what it takes to design and build these great projects. I know what goes into winning these prestigious awards. Your teams of people should take enormous pride in your achievement tonight. Please let me take a moment to give you a state of our industry update. ABC is strong. Our 21,000 company members met the pandemic challenge and are emerging stronger than before. While these have been a lot of uncertain times for all of us, it's members like you that set the example and walk the talk on behalf of the Merit Shop, uniting us in the common goal of advocating for our workforce and the industry we all cherish. Yes, we have some challenges in this country, but as FDR during the Great Depression said, smooth seas never made for a skilled sailor. We have a lot to be proud of. In 2018, ABC signed the Pledge of America's Workers, promising to recruit and educate and upskill 500,000 workers by 2023. And because of the hard work, we were able to surpass that goal. In 2019 alone, ABC members like you invested $1.5 billion to provide more than 1.1 million course attendees with craft, leadership, and safety education to build a construction workforce that is safe, skilled, and productive. Safety education counted for nearly half the total workforce investment, averaging more than $1,100 per employee. That's because safety is paramount in the U.S. construction industry, and it is in the very DNA of ABC members. That priority does not waver, especially in times of uncertainty. As contractors, we evaluate and mitigate risk every day on job sites and will continue to adapt, as adapting is one of the core characteristics of how our industry functions. I am confident in our association and our ability to nimbly adjust to our job site, work together across our networks, and come out of this stronger than ever. But most importantly, I know you all have and will continue to safely, ethically, and profitably deliver work and act as good stewards of your own companies and our communities. I love the ABC like I love this great country. We are Americans, and we don't ever quit. The rest of the world should know and heed that history. Thank you, and congratulations again to tonight's award winners.
All right, everybody has a program at your seat, and hopefully you've had a chance to look through it. If you could pay special attention to that back page, those are all the wonderful companies, most of which are here tonight, that have sponsored this event. They have signage around at each of the bars. They have put time and effort into supporting this association. If we could give all our sponsors a round of applause. I want to call out and talk about one particular sponsor in specific, and that's 188 Ohio Comp. Right now, the month of May, if you can imagine, if you don't understand how the managed care organization process works in the state of Ohio, these folks work every month, every day, every hour to try to get injured workers back to work. 188 Ohio Comp is by far and away the most efficient company to do that. Every 3 years, they get 4 weeks to try to get you to sign up to become, to allow them to be your MCO. It's absolutely zero cost to deal and work with 188 Ohio Comp. You don't pay for MCO services. It's part of what you pay in your workers' comp. But 188 Ohio Comp has been supporting this organization not just this month, not just last month, but every month for the past 4 years at our highest level of legacy sponsorship. So I beg of you, in the month of May 2021, please give serious consideration to choosing 888 Ohio Comp as your preferred MCO provider. It costs you nothing, and let's be frank, a lot of great companies, you don't have any claims because you're safe, you're so safe your people aren't getting hurt. And you're getting rebates on your BWC money, so what do you care? Well, 888 Ohio Comp cares, and they want to be there on the off chance you have one of those claims. They will get your people back to work fastest. Please support and choose 888 Ohio Comp. United Healthcare, HGC Construction, Kelchner, Cincinnati Air Conditioning are also our legacy sponsors. All of our Eagle sponsors, Area Energy and Electric, Taft, Mechanical Systems of Dayton, Ferguson, Applied Mechanical Systems, United Group Services, Danis, TP Mechanical, Conger Construction, Miller Valentine, Marker. The Contractors Plan, Perry Contracting, Solid Blend, all Eagle sponsors. Our excellent sponsors, Protegis, U.S. Employee Service Benefits Group, Perfection, Garber, Messer, H.A. Dorston, Hoffman Electric, Marsh & McLennan, McAndrews Glass, O'Rourke Wrecking, Active Electric, Ohio Valley Electric, Minutemen HR, Century Construction. And last, our merit sponsors, Slagle Mechanical, Cotterman, Ernst Concrete, Enviro Control Solutions, National Construction Workforce, and Assured Partners. Again, another round of applause for all of our sponsors. Again, thank you all for being here. One of the things that surprised the heck out of me, every year we have this event, and every year we get a speech from our chairman, thanks to Luke Perry. We get a presentation, either live or on video, from our national chairman. It's one in Loveland, one up north in Bell Fountain, our golf outing in August, convention in September. And on November 2nd, Kevin Flynn wants your vote. And if you live in Montgomery County, Miami Township, I want your vote. I'm a trustee up there. So, lastly, we're going to start our awards tonight. We're going to do the awards the same as we've always done. When you hear your company's name announced, send a representative up to the stage. The one thing that is different this year is, guess what? We couldn't get the trophies in time. So we have these beautiful eagles, but we didn't get any bases. So what we're going to do is deliver those personally to you. So you'll come to the stage. If you want to send somebody up to take a picture on stage with an eagle, then you'll hand it back and you'll go down to our photography area and get your picture taken down there with an eagle. But the good news is you don't have to take any trophies home with you tonight, so no eagles will be damaged. And we'll get them delivered straight to your office. If ABC had the votes, everybody would win, but we don't get to vote. So don't take it out on the staff. But we're glad you're all here tonight. So, with that, we're going to get the evening started with our safety presentations. And before that, we're going to run our first video, a note from Mr. Biden.
Good evening, everyone. Joe Biden here. Always excited to support ABC. Proud to be here, welcoming this group of fine all-union contractors. What? Sorry, the person in my ear is talking to me again. Darn distracting, I tell you. Always telling me what to say. These aren't all-union guys. Merit shop? What the hell is that? Are you jerking my chain? Merit shop contractors celebrating excellence in construction? They don't support the PRO Act? Thinks it's terrible and they're working to kill it? Well, I never speak to that group. Quit talking to me, stupid ear voice person. I got this. Like I said before, congratulations, NBC. Have a great event.
Little surprises, little surprises. I'd like to invite to the stage the current chairman of our safety committee, Mr. Sid Pomeroy, is going to talk through our safety awards. When you hear your company's name, come to the stage. We do have safety awards to take with you home. Sid.
Thank you, John. Today's event offers awards and recognition of outstanding people and projects. It also spotlights those individuals and companies committed to process improvements, specifically their safety processes. ABC and its contractor members are each committed to world-class safety. You will simply never be invited to join ABC without this focus. And getting to world-class levels of safety performance is never easy, and it never ends. Fortunately, ABC, Ohio Valley members, and hopefully everyone watching this streaming event embrace this challenge. Put simply, safety is a responsibility, not an option. And as we emerge from this pandemic, we must continue to accept new normal, planning every day to be safe and healthy at work. Expect to hear more from ABC about the THH, Total Human Health, this year. I am honoured to be this year's chairman of our chapter's safety peer group. If you are a contractor and your company does not have someone that attends these monthly meetings, please do. We help each other by examining the industry's daily safety and health challenges. We study regulations, equipment, and outline best practices to keep workers safe and productive. Contact ABC to get someone enrolled in the safety peer group. New members are always welcome. Now let's talk safety. Recognition awards, congratulations on another outstanding year. Everybody in this room, well done. The projects you will see showcased tonight combined for over 1.2 million man-hours of work. In total, they experienced only 4 lost time days, an incredible achievement. Let's keep working to drive that number even lower next year. And now for the STEP Awards. The ABC STEP Safety Management System gives contractors a simple process to review their safety programs and identify areas to continuously improve. The STEP program introduces new measurement tools for companies to use when comparing their programs to the competitors. The ABC Ohio Valley chapter is proud that we have the highest STEP participation rate by our members in our region. While we are proud to be number one, we are not satisfied where we are. Only 25% of our members are currently participating in the STEP program. We know that it cannot possibly be true that only 25% are in that program. If you are not participating in STEP, you will soon be hearing from us. Please participate for the safety of your employees and the future of your company. It takes less than 30 minutes to participate and will make you safer. It could save a life. We will begin by recognizing those companies who have reached a STEP Platinum level. Platinum companies must have injury and illness rates that are at least 25% below the national average. No OSHA citations within the last 3 years, a documented substance abuse program that includes a drug and alcohol screening process, site supervisory personnel that have completed OSHA 10-hour construction safety course, and have designated safety personnel with the OSHA 30-hour construction safety training, site-specific safety and health programs in place, employees actively involved in the safety program, and employees trained in identification and control of hazards specific to the contractor's worksite. All of these items in order to qualify. Understandably, this is quite a challenge, but it's one that's worth it. The 2020 STEP Platinum Award winners are Armcorp Construction, Conga Construction, Ferguson Construction, Marker Incorporated, Matrix 5-Site Development, Midwest Maintenance, Miller Valentine Construction, Ready Electric, TP Mechanical Contractors, Valcom Enterprises. Congratulations to all our Platinum STEP firms. Let's have a round of applause for them.
If you heard your name, come get your trophy.
Yeah, don't be shy. Again, let's have a round of applause for the Platinum winners. Okay, what could be better than Platinum? Well, that would be the ABC STEP Diamond level. Diamond level contractors must meet all of the Platinum qualifications as well as these more stringent requirements. An incident rate at least 50% below the national average in the current year and each of the past 2 consecutive years. Plus, they must also have an EMR at or below 0.70. This year, there were 6 firms able to attain the Diamond level. They are Construction Managers of Ohio, Dryden Builders, Kelchner, O'Rourke Wrecking Company, SecureCom, and United Group Services. Let's hear it for all those guys that went above and beyond. I'll finish the safety awards with 3 challenges. If your company does not participate in STEP, do it this year. If you are not sending people to our annual Safety Day conference or contractor convention, do it this year. Each offers outstanding safety breakout sessions. In your program, you will see listed, and I'm happy to spotlight again, the 2020 Safety Employee of the Year. Mr. Mike Fisher of Armcorp Construction. Yeah, let's hear it. And the Safety Employer of the Year, Perfection Group. Let's have it. If you have an outstanding safety program worthy of winning a winning program of the year or outstanding safety employee, nominations for the 2021 awards are now being accepted. Lastly, if you are not taking advantage of the ABC's free OSHA 10-hour and 30-hour and first aid courses, please do it this year. As stated earlier, in transitioning from a focus on safety to looking at total human health, for 2021, ABC will be adding another great free course offering. Members will be offered a free course on conflict resolution at least 4 times a year. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me. John?
All right, now we'd like to recognize the winner of our Community Outreach Award. The Ohio Valley ABC Community Outreach Award is a recognition of those member firms who unselfishly give their time and treasure for the betterment of their community. It's one of the core tenets of the Merit Shop, continuous improvement of our firms, employees, and communities through education, service, and volunteerism. While we had numerous applications, there can only be one winner. And for 2021, winning in back-to-back years, our winner of the Community Outreach Award is Mechanical Systems of Dayton. MSD, I know you're here. Send somebody up to pick up your award. Whether it's surpassing goals for economic inclusion or donating time to a local charity, MSD takes extreme pride in putting forward the energy and resources for the betterment of their local community. In 2020, a year when grocery shelves were frequently empty, they completed their 12th annual food drive, collecting over 1,000 pounds of food. Employees participated in the Light the Walk for leukemia, lymphoma, the Making Great Strides for Breast Cancer event, and the Polar Plunge for Special Olympics. And for some unknown reason, the MSD employees chose to dress up as Disney princesses. MSD again led mentoring efforts with disadvantaged young men through the Victory Project. Great work and congratulations to Mechanical Systems of Dayton. All right, with that, we have gotten our introduction from Mr. Biden. Now it's my time to bring up our favorite radio man, Mr. Scott Sloan. Scott is a champion of our industry. He is a skilled trades advocate of no equal. And Scott gives us time on the air. Scott loves construction, and he is out there preaching for us every day. So I'd like to invite to the stage our good friend and advocate for the construction industry, Mr. Scott Sloan.
Thanks, John. Hello, how we doing? Hear me okay? I love the safety presentation. That caught my eye. The free conflict resolution, and if that doesn't work out, free first aid classes. That's absolutely brilliant, whoever thought of that. Thanks for having me out again this year, and always look forward to speaking, even more so when we can all get together and not socially distance and pretend we're wearing masks when we're not, regardless of what the governor said this afternoon. Open the damn thing back up, and let's get people back to work, shall we? Quit paying people not to work. I know I don't have to tell anyone in this room because you're working the jobs of like 6 or 7 different people. So, again, always great to be here live and in person. For those streaming at home, thanks for joining. And let the festivities begin here. The bar is still open, may I add. So I'm excited to be able to tell you we've got a lot of great awards tonight too, and the stand-in eagles obviously as well here too. We don't have the real eagles. These are the poser eagles. It's an endangered species, so please do not put your lips on the eagle. We're just renting them till the real Eagles come in. So understand that you are allowed to stand up and shout. Absolutely, 100% it's permitted here, and it's encouraged, so it's a big, big deal, this award is. You don't have to maintain 6 feet social distancing unless you want to, but please put your mask on. As a matter of fact, the Eagles tonight, if you look at them very closely, we've had them engraved with masks just to be compliant with COVID in the state of Ohio. When you send your representative up, collect your award or send the whole table, call some friends, make some friends, get some of the bartenders up there. We don't care. Just keep your clothes on and come on up, and we're going to have a great time tonight. Now, after whomever collects your award leaves the stage, have the members of your team meet in the photo area over here. Yes? Stage left there. And get your picture taken. Don't forget your cell phones, too. Take your own pictures. And please, gratuitously post them on social media. Hashtags are hashtag ABC2021 Awards and hashtag Merit Shop Proud. Now that we have that covered, let's focus on what we came here tonight. The bar is open. And after that, we're focused on giving awards out too. The members of the Ohio Valley Associated Builders and Contractors, who through their magnificent work in 2019 and 2020, and construction, by the way, in case if you're new to us here, it's essential career. That means we have to work, and we're working through all of 2021 and 2020 for that matter. And we've again raised the bar for excellence in the construction industry. So let's get these awards started, shall we? And find out who has taken home one of these beautiful Excellence Eagles behind me here, too, with the masks on their peckers. What? They're asking us to step off the mic just a tad. It's a little loud back there? I'm yelling? That's muffled. Okay, gotcha. In the category of site work, landscape, hardscape, that goes to Matrix 5 Site Development for Wright Landing. The Wright Landing project was a mass earthwork and utility project needed to construct a residential subdivision. Over a period of just 3 months, Matrix 5 performed 80% of the project scope. They excavated 70,000 cubic yards of dirt and hauled it all off-site. Matrix 5 installed almost 3,000 feet of storm sewer, 2,000 feet of sanitary sewer, and 2,500 feet of water line. Supporting other utilities, they installed over 2,000 feet of conduit for electrical and gas service, 7 fire hydrants, 11 sewer manholes, and 13 storm catch basins. All of this work was happening concurrently, which required a symphony of precision accuracy in scheduling multiple contractors and city officials. Just to keep it fun, a train would run through, a real train, not a toy train, not a model train, an actual train would run through the job site twice a day at various times with absolutely no horns or warning whatsoever. So congratulations to Matrix 5 Site Development. All right, before we get to our next Eagle, something I should have mentioned earlier, something new for this year, along with most of these Excellence Award-winning projects, we also will be spotlighting a skilled tradesperson who's been nominated as a craft professional and a craft professional for 2021 in their work on the project or for the full body of work with their company. And the finalists for the award are here this evening. So the winner will be announced a little bit later on tonight, okay? So our next Eagle, or should I say Eagles, we have a double Eagle here. John, ever shoot a double Eagle? Double Eagle. Double Eagle. That is a hole-in-one on a par 5. We have 2 Eagles going to members on the same project. So in the categories of electrical, industrial, $2 to $10 million, and mechanical, more than $10 million, goes to our first double Eagle, Regal Plumbing and Heating, and Area Energy and Electric for the Emerson Phase 1C project. So the backstory here is Regal spent almost 2 years on this massive project that included piping systems, rooftop HVAC units, water treatment, and more. As ABC members almost always do, Regal logged over 2,000 hours at Emerson with 0 incidents or recordable accidents. Incredible. In June 2019, Erickson Air Crane was engaged to fly in and place 16 rooftop units, and over 140 hours of meetings, permits, and paperwork went into planning, and it included police and fire support and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. But Regal celebrates this award for one of their guys, Jeff Limbert, Master Plumber. Jeff? Big round of applause. Jeff has been in the heating and plumbing trade for 27 years. He continuously learns new skills, loves to take on all challenges, and Jeff takes the time required to be a teacher of the trade, which is most important. He advises and mentors new apprentices. And for this project, Jeff led a team of 28. In addition to being a journeyman plumber, he's a certified welder. He's a crane operator and holds a CDL, and noted to be especially skilled mechanical and boiler room installer himself. So for area, energy, and electric. Now, this project was extraordinary due to logistics, coordination, and overall complexity of the electrical design. The physical location was an existing 112,000 square foot space in the middle of a facility with a new 13,000 square foot addition on its east side, 2,000 square feet on the west, and another grand on the north. The entire electrical setup of both existing and new was to be uploaded into a Revit BIM model for ongoing maintenance, and it took 9 months to construct. In the end, this project included 6 substations, 22 switchboards, 74 transformers, 136 panel boards, 400 disconnects, 1,300 LED light fixtures, 250,000 feet of conduit, and almost 10 million feet of copper wire. Area celebrates Jamie Getz, journeyman electrician on this project. Jamie's been with Area for 25 years, following his father into the trade, and electricians just seem to run in our families, what the dad says. Jamie raises the bar for company pride, loyalty, and work ethic, going above and beyond to support the team. Customers and company mission, excellent communication helps him to be a true industry leader and excel as a project foreman. His second year apprentice wrote, he deserves to be the craft professional of the year because he's one of the most intelligent and hardworking mentors. He has made me the worker that I am today. So big round of applause. Congratulations to Regal Plumbing and Heating, and Area Energy and Electric, and our craft champions, Jeff Limbert and Jamie Getz. Our next excellent eagle in the category of healthcare, less than $10 million, goes to Dennis and Danis Building Construction for the Southern Ohio Medical Center. Congratulations, Danis. This project involved renovations to the sterile processing department, nutritional services, core lab, and 2 pharmacies. At the request of the owner, local inclusion was set as a priority, and although most of Danis's best subcontractors were out of the region, they still managed to contract almost 80% of the project locally, proving that quality merit shop contractors are capable of meeting local hiring goals and get it done. Replacing a sterile processing facility in an active hospital is pretty difficult. Not that sterile conditions ever get to take a day off, right? So early on, the hospital was considering building a $500,000 temporary space, but Danis engineered a 2-phase plan to keep the lab running during construction. With the core lab was just a 2-foot, within it was a 2-foot thick concrete vault, and that needed to be removed. So it didn't seem like it was a big problem until it was noted that the lab was right next to the MRI department and the vibrations could not be tolerated because of the equipment and the patients. So Danis used mini excavators very carefully to slowly demolish the vault and keep disruptions to a minimum. Danis celebrates Earl Garman, carpenter foreman on this job. Earl is a leader in the field for Danis tradesmen. For this project, he led the sterile processing department demolition described earlier, along with drywall framing, hanging, and finishing. Did all the ceiling, grid work, and tile, caulking, and sealing. Earl's been with Danis now for 6 years and has over 10 years of experience. He used the project to introduce and train his crew in new tools and methods that will enhance Danis's ability to grow into the future. Congratulations to Danis Building and Construction and Earl Garman. All right, let me shut up for a second now that I think we fixed the audio issues here, and let's see the video that's submitted by one of our scholarship finalists, Mr. Nicholas Didier.
Hi, I'm Nicholas Didier, and I am currently attending the Miami Valley Career Technology Center in Dayton, Ohio, and I am enrolled in the Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning program. I also participate in the 2-week on, 2-week off rotation, where I am employed with a leading HVACR manufacturing in their product development sector. I want to pursue a career in HVACR because I really love to learn the mechanical aspects of my trade. Why I want to pursue a career in HVACR is because I understand that there is a skilled labor shortage in America, and I understand the heartbeat of our country is in the skilled trades. I always knew from a very young age that I wanted to work with my hands. But what really got me interested in the trades was when I talked to an MVCTC school administrator, and he went through all the benefits of working in the trades, and he informed me about the skilled labor shortage. And it's like a light bulb went off in my head and said, yes, that's what I want to do with my life, pursue a career in the trades. I plan on using the scholarship money towards the purchase of tools for my future HVACR career after high school. As a very proud American myself, I understand that this country depends on skilled labor, and without the trades, America will not be the country I know and love. And there's nothing better than saying, I built that.
I'm Nicholas Didier, and I approve this message.
Nice job, Nicholas. Moving along, our next Eagle in the category of general contracting, institutional, less than $10 million goes to Ohio Site Solutions for the Mogadore Memorial Stadium project. This is a true community project. The original stadium was built in 1947 and dedicated to those who served in World War II. So in 2018, unfortunately, a fire destroyed the field house at the high school, and the school district decided to do a complete stadium reconstruction with a new track and field, and they looked to their team at Ohio to do the job. Public groundbreaking was held in February of 2019, and construction began in March to get it all done by July. So, yeah, the schedule called for, you guessed it, 5 months. They worked through terrible conditions caused by massive amounts of spring rain. They encountered a track that needed extensive stabilization due to a base of highly elastic clay. Outside the contract scope, Ohio volunteered to transport the existing scoreboard as a donation to a Pee Wee football program 125 miles away, all on their dime, too. So as the project neared completion, the new flagpole looked like it wouldn't arrive on time. Justin Ohio's 81-year-old grandmother jumped into a truck with a trailer and hauled that bad boy 18 hours round trip to get it delivered and installed in time for the opening celebration. How about that? Ohio celebrates James Hanna, site work specialist on this job. On Mogadore, Jimmy worked to keep his crews focused and motivated as they labored 7 days a week to get the project done. He has an incredible eye for detail and an even bigger work ethic. Overcoming every job site hurdle. He is known on the site as a rock star. So congratulations to Ohio Site Solutions and Jimmy Hanna. Our next Eagle is in the category of commercial construction, $25 to $100 million, and it goes to Miller Valentine Construction for the Total Quality Logistics Expansion Project. This three-story, 130,000 square foot office building extension onto an existing 100,000 square foot building involved virtually every challenge a project could face. So it was a complex and challenging work scope that required a need for extreme excellence and craftsmanship combined with a synchronized schedule of precise deadlines. Working around an existing facility, the project totaled 1,000 labor hours per square foot. Over 135,000 total labor hours were planned to create the stunning statement of a building seen daily by over 75,000 passing cars on I-275. A 164-foot wide new grand entry it's absolutely massive out front Miller Valentine. They installed the tallest flagpole in the Midwest. Miller Valentine on this project celebrates his efforts. Sinfab's Joseph Wall III, sheet metal fabricator. Yeah, Joey. Joey is a 2014 graduate of Claremont Northeastern High School. He started with Sinfab immediately after graduation, enrolling into an apprenticeship program. He became a journeyman in 2018 and has since moved to lead journeyman and now is a foreman. His trade skills are undeniable, and he was outstanding leading the crew. His crew, I believe, totaled 8 people on the TQL project. Sinfab's first job ever. Him as with Miller Valentine. So congratulations, Miller Valentine Construction and Joey Wall III. Our next Eagle is in the category of other specialty construction, less than $1 million. That goes to Solid Blend Water Management Solutions for the Sycamore Hospital Medical Center. Sycamore Medical is part of the Kettering Health Network. Solid Blend's been a 20-year partner with them, providing monthly water treatment on boilers and cooling towers. This is a new contract, though, to provide Legionella testing and control. Legionella, as you know, can be pretty deadly. It's right up there, I think, with scurvy. And it's a significantly higher fatality rate to individuals who also contract it while at the hospital. So the true innovation of this project was the method of disinfecting the plumbing systems. Typically, it involved using sodium hypochlorite, which basically it's Clorox is what it is, but it sounds cooler when you say hypochlorite. It's used in varying concentrations to kill the Legionella. They flood the water system with bleach, and they flush it and fill it with filtered water, and then you're good for another 100,000 miles. The method was not ideal for this type of system set up at Sycamore. The hospital couldn't go without water for any period of time, obviously, so Solid Blend instead deployed a portable monochloramine generation system, and these are standard for full-time use in the full city water systems. This was the first time, though, this technology was ever used for a temporary disinfection of a water system. So Solid Blend was an innovator on this bad boy. Broke new ground, boldly going where no hypochlorinate has gone before. Solid Blend on this project celebrates, for his work, Doug Dolder, water technologist. Doug is a Navy vet, former boiler operator on Knox-class frigate. Doug learned about water treatment systems and now is active water technologist with and an ASSE certification, by the way, in Legionella water safety. So congratulations to Solid Blend and Doug Dolder. Our next Eagle is in the category of construction management renovation, less than $4 million. That goes to Conger Construction Group for Bishop's Quarter in Loveland. So tragic events, as you know, can devastate a small town, and sometimes they can't recover. And this is when the construction industry finds a way to preserve the past and bring a town like Loveland, or part of Loveland anyway, back to life. And this is what Conger did for the city of Loveland. You may have heard about the tragic fire that gutted an entire block of historic buildings in Loveland, wiped out commerce and people's livelihoods for quite a period of time. So Conger came in and secured the structures until engineers were able to look at it, and the fire department did their work. And then after concluding what could be saved and what had to be demoed, Conger rebuilt the structure from below ground and all the way up to the facade. So while the exterior walls remained standing, Conger maintained all of the building's historical elements. So this busy corner of downtown is alive again with a new 10,000 square foot bar and restaurant, retail, and hotel space. And if you've never been to a Bishop's Quarter, I know Kevin, the owner, is a fantastic spot in literally the heart of Loveland. And congratulations to Conger, but also they want to point out and celebrate Scott Huntsberger, carpenter, on this project. Scott has been described as a true role model for anyone looking to access to decades of knowledge that he has and the skills that cannot be found in any book or class. No one ever complained, but he's not a guy to complain, and offered ideas and solutions. And as I understand, he's a job site favorite, operating equipment. He does finish carpentry. He's a valued member of the Conger team. So congratulations on this great project, restoring Loveland, Conger Construction, and especially Scott Huntsberger. All right, we have a video timeout here. We're going to go to the booth, and let's show our second scholarship video this evening from Josiah Johnson.
Hello, I'm Josiah Johnson. I am currently a second-year student at Buckeye Hills Career Center in Rio Grande, Ohio. I am currently enrolled in the HVAC Plumbing Electrical program. I currently have 6 EPA certifications and my 10-hour OSHA card. The reason I want to pursue a career in construction is so I can put my skills to good use and make a living doing what I love, working with my hands. The reason I got interested in construction started at a very young age, when I helped my father do household and automotive repairs. And then it later made it into my teenage life, when my father and I wired up my barn, and then I enrolled at a trade school for my love of hands-on learning. This is my project for Skills Job Demo A, where I was required to change out a capacitor and thoroughly explain how to do the process. What I will do with the scholarship money is use it to further my education in the electrical field and purchase tools for the electrical trade. Thank you.
Our next Eagle in the category of other specialty construction, more than $1 million, goes to O'Rourke Wrecking for the U.S. Playing Card World Headquarters Project. This project called for a demo of a building that served as U.S. Playing Cards World Headquarters from 1899 to 2009, while preserving buildings 1 through 10. And along with they have a historic clock tower too. So the project got off to an interesting start as it delayed so Bruce Willis could come in and film a movie called No One Is Gonna See This Movie. It's Hard Kill, sorry. Part of the agreement, the delay was a historic clock tower must be included in the film. O'Rourke used 20 trained asbestos workers for remediation on a coal-fired brick boiler and below-grade steam tunnels. Around the clock tower, 2 4-man crews worked to hand demolish and isolate all the buildings surrounding it in a floor-by-floor manner. Over 250,000 feet of timber and floor planking and 750,000 bricks were saved to be reused. Congratulations to O'Rourke Wrecking. Moving along, our next Eagle in the category of general contracting, historical renovation, less than $25 million, goes to HGC Construction for the Kinley. HGC worked to convert this abandoned 9-story structure built in 1915 into an amazing 94-room boutique hotel with a lounge and a high-end restaurant. Some other fun facts: this project had over 6 miles of new trim installed, which is why when I go remodel a condo or a house, I can't find any trim. The original historic crown molding was able to be saved in 84 of 94 units. And the first floor restaurant, Cora, is named by Vogue magazine as one of 2020's most anticipated. The building's name, the Kinley, was derived from the word kinship, meaning social connection. This building invites travelers to come to the city and stay for the story, offering excellent views from every side. HGC crews installed all doors, hardware, 250 storm windows as well, and this project will achieve LEED Gold certification. As part of this, HGC celebrates James Craig, General Foreman, on this job. With over 35 years of field experience, James has earned the respect of everyone on the job. He's a leader due to his hands-on knowledge and his commitment to safety as well. His leadership and service does not stop at work, though. He has 14 years of military service, and he served our nation proudly in the United States Army in Iraq. Thank you, James, for your service to our country, and congratulations to you and the HGC team. Our next Eagle in the category of commercial electrical, $5 to $10 million, goes to Ohio Valley Electrical Services for Xavier University's United Health Building. For this challenging project, OVES utilized a full building information modeling plan to stay coordinated with the mechanical, plumbing, and fire suppression subcontractors. They planned and used its prefabrication division to assemble temporary lighting, light fixture assemblies, and rough-ins to save time and reduce costs. So they also installed 20,000 volts of 4-wire coming directly from Xavier's central utility power plant, which is over 2,000 feet away. Each floor has its own electrical closet consisting of 100 kVA transformers and 6 electrical panels. And with Xavier schools opening fast approaching, Ohio Valley crews worked 10-hour days, 7 days a week, so they could meet the schedule. As part of this, Ohio Valley proudly celebrates Bailey Howard, electrician. Bailey started as a co-op from Warren County Career Center and chose to stay on to become an apprentice after graduation. Bailey's story is the merit shop story. His personality and trade knowledge allowed him to gain the respect of his peers and quickly advance to become the journeyman he is today. Bailey is leading Ohio Valley into the future by spearheading trails of new technology. Bailey oversaw the installation of all overhead conduits for branch circuits at this project. So congratulations to Bailey Howard and Ohio Valley Electrical Services. Our next Eagle in the category of general contracting, commercial, $25 to $100 million, goes to Danis Building Construction for the Ensemble Health Partners Project. Another one for Danis. This giant 400,000 square foot facility now serves as Ensemble Health Partners corporate headquarters. The campus includes a customer experience area, a conference center, a small market, gym, game room, and even its own Starbucks. Danis understands the importance of industry advocacy and knows ABC's motto, too, get into politics or get out of business. So they worked with ABC's political team to host Congressman Steve Chabot on a job site tour, showing off the work of the Merit Shop, which is bringing thousands of new jobs to his district. With thousands of employees, almost 14 acres of new parking was planned on the property. That was mostly trees and a good old swamp. A specialized swamp dozer was brought in to get the job done. As part of this massive project, Danis celebrates Tab Blosser, carpenter foreman. Tab has been with Danis for 12 of his 30 years on the job. He started as a carpenter, becoming one of the most well-respected foremen in the company. His dedication to the job was unmatched. He always provided insight. He was a keen problem solver, never stayed away, often showing up on job sites when he wasn't assigned to work. Tab's passion for teaching extended not only to younger workers and apprentices, he also taught project managers how to run jobs and mentored new engineers. Congratulations to Tab Blosser and Danis Building Construction. So since that last project mentioned the importance of ABC and its members getting engaged in politics, now's a great time to show a video, which can be found also on ABC's new website, buildamericalocal.com. Let's watch.
America is turning the corner. We're getting back to work, protecting the vulnerable, and putting politics in the rearview mirror. As we rebuild, let's not play politics. Don't let controversial project labor agreement mandates stand in the way of rebuilding America. When mandated by governments, PLAs create a rigged process that steers taxpayer-funded construction contracts to special interests. That denies quality construction industry jobs to local workers, drives up costs for taxpayers, and lacks oversight and accountability. That's not good for taxpayers. That's not good for local workers and businesses. That's not good for America. We must do better. We must protect hardworking taxpayers and local small business owners. We must build projects to last and get more value for our tax dollars. We must increase accountability, transparency, and oversight to ensure quality work and protect future local infrastructure investment. Visit buildamericalocal.com to tell President Biden and your elected leaders to support local workers and businesses as we rebuild America. It's your hard-earned tax dollars and your local jobs at stake. Visit buildamericalocal.com today.
Amen. Get on that website. Share that with everybody. Get that out on social. Absolutely. As members of ABC, you know that ABC has your back, right? If you consider yourself a political animal and you want to stay on the pulse of the industry, please consider joining the Government Affairs Peer Group. You can talk to John about that, all right? Let's move on to our next award, our next Eagle. This is in the category of mechanical commercial, $2 to $10 million in that category. And the winner is Slagle Mechanical for the new Bremen Schools project. Beyond being a signature project for Slagle, this is a signature project for the town of New Bremen. Pandemic-induced material delays added to the challenge of installing technology that was a first for them. The pressure, the independent control valve is designed to work on hydronics, meaning that water-based systems to offer heating and cooling. It's multiple valves combined into a single valve, and it's a big challenge and a headache, and it's very technical, and I don't want to bore you if you're not in that field, but nonetheless, it was a pain in the butt. And I believe that's what it said. It says this is a real pain in the ass. To make this even more fun, the masonry contractor built wall openings that were not in line with any of the planned ductwork, so in spite of these challenges, Slagle did what they do. They got it done anyway. And New Bremen children started school on time, which they were not happy about. And as part of this, Slagle celebrates Michael Taylor, HVAC journeyman. Yet another great example of hiring direct from high school. It's a wonderful pipeline into apprenticeship. Michael started with Slagle direct from Upper Valley Career Center after graduating in 2008. His ongoing leadership and craftsmanship allowed him to rapidly advance to crew leader to foreman. He meets and exceeds the company's high bar for quality on each job he does, and at the same time trains and mentors new apprentices behind him. New Bremen schools would not have opened on time without Michael Taylor. So, big round of applause for Slagle Mechanical and Michael Taylor. You hear that all the time, just in this room, and we've got to do that more. We've got to get more kids in high school that are on the college path and get them steered towards the trades to an apprentice program, no money out of their own pocket. It helps everybody in this room, but it helps our country move forward. Amen on that. Our next eagle is in the category of general contracting, healthcare, less than $10 million. And that goes to H.A. Dorston for Lima Memorial. They're already facing a starting delay due to weather, and then the pandemic hit, and that placed extra strain on getting this project done on time. But after completing a 13,000 square foot concrete foundation in one single pour, the project was back on track, or so they thought. But the contracted framer said they were too busy to do the exterior walls and trusses. I don't know what that means, but they were too busy to do this big job. So maybe it was a pandemic, maybe they didn't have help, who knows. Most likely it was because this was the most complex truss system H.A. Dorston ever faced. Regardless, the project had to get done, so they got to work. They manufactured the exterior walls at its home office and transported them 30 miles for site installation. Dorston self-performed and did the multi-angle roof truss systems as well, and the project was near completion. Every crew was on top of literally every other trade and crew, chasing behind the finished work inside was getting done simultaneously with the exterior, and the owner put forward, by the way, 31 change orders over the course of the project, and the schedule had to be extended exactly 0 days. That is incredible. Congratulations to H.A. Dorston. And they also celebrate, too, as part of this, Jim Stammen, project superintendent. Jim started as a equipment operator, and after a few short years, started to run projects. He's mentored and grown almost every other crew leader they've had at Dorston over the past 48 years. In addition to being a skilled craftsman, Jim is a safety champion, leading numerous site-specific trainings for this project and many others. Big round of applause to H.A. Dorston and Jim Stammen. And it says here, I'm supposed to say that when you congratulate the Dorston team tonight on this project with drinks afterwards, ask them about Harry the Squirrel and the Bulldozer. I have no idea what that means. It sounds like it could be a dirty movie. I have no idea where it's going to go. I'm sure it's going to be good. Our next eagle in the category of mechanical commercial, less than $2 million, goes to Enviro Control Systems for the Sharpsburg Local Schools project. That's the reaction I'm looking for right there. That's a reaction. Top that, everybody else. We'll see. This 13-month project called for demolition and removal of a mid-century mechanical heating system, including steam boilers, piping, original duct, and classroom radiators. Mid-century modern is cool when it's furniture, not so much when it's an old radiator. Working in century old buildings always offers unforeseen obstacles, as you know, but no one expected to find ductwork large enough and heavy enough for men to crawl through the above ceiling. So to fit the new equipment, it all had to come out, presenting a massive amount of weight and a need for dust and dirt containment. And we mentioned that school was going on and in session during this whole thing. No one fell through the ceiling, which is cool. Equipment deliveries and installation happen at night, and this project had literally around-the-clock scheduling challenges. Certain parts of the project made temporary lighting installation impossible, so HVAC technicians learned what it is to be coal miners. They worked entirely with headlamps and flashlights. EnviroControl celebrates, as part of this massive project, Zach Fogel, HVAC technician. Zach combines natural mechanical ability with grit and determination. He excels above journeyman with double his experience in whatever it is he takes, whatever it is he's doing, whatever needs the customer has, he satisfies to get the job done. Example, though, he's assigned to the commercial division. Zach takes at least a shift a month, nights and weekends, to do residential service calls. That's incredible. Zach started in 2017 with zero experience and is a testament to the power of ABC's apprenticeship training and Amerishop philosophy. He has been a key contributor to every Eagle Award-winning project EnviroControl has ever won. Congratulations to Zach Fogel, and congratulations to EnviroControls. All right, moving along, our next Eagle is in the category of general contracting, institutional, $10 to $20 million, and that goes to Ferguson Construction Company for the University of Dayton Computer Science Addition and Renovation. Where's your woo? We need a, where are the woo girls? Do you guys don't have woo people? Do the woo. Somebody woo. It sounds better when women do it. Sorry, guys. I don't want to be sexist, but that's what it is. This two-phase project spanned 15 months. The first phase was a remodel of a 7,000 square foot lab space. Phase 2 was a 50,000 square foot remodel and construction of a 4,000 square foot building connector. Ferguson self-performed over half this project. 100% of it was performed by merit shop contractors. Always thinking ahead and focused on safety, Ferguson questioned the design of the connector that was to be placed over a tunnel structure. Engineering analysis revealed that the design would not support the new construction load, so 300 shoring posts were added to the scope along with rammed aggregate piers to support the poor soil quality found around the foundations. Temporary roads were constructed to get the heavy equipment onto campus without damaging the university's decorative infrastructure. And on August 2nd, a severe storm overflowed their storm sewers and completely flooded the ground floor of the lab that was almost done. So the entire ground floor needed every piece of drywall and every foot of insulation removed and replaced. But despite massive amounts of obstacles thrown at them, especially during the COVID pandemic, Ferguson still met the owner's aggressive schedule, and this building is now proudly the Jesse Hathcock Hall, named for UD's first African-American graduate. Ferguson, as part of this, celebrates Josh Trombley, fabricator and ironworker. So Josh's story is this. He came to Ferguson in 1995 after transferring to Virginia, where he was a welder in the U.S. Navy Reserve. He took to constructing buildings right away and used his new skills to transition the Navy Seabees as a steelworker. So he led his battalion, as was mobilized into active duty, not once, but 4 times. At Ferguson, Josh is a leader and a trainer, mentoring his crew in siding, roofing, concrete, blueprint reading, and more. In 2020, he helped no less than 18 coworkers grow and advance. So, Josh, thank you so much for your service to our country, and congratulations to both you and Ferguson. Now it's time to meet our third scholarship finalist. That is Mr. Evan Malone. Let's see the video.
Hi, my name is Evan Malone. I go to Oak Hills High School in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I want to pursue a career in construction because ever since I was a child, I've loved building things, taking them apart, seeing how they worked. The thing that got me interested in construction is, as a child, my uncle was a contractor, and he would take me on jobs, and I would help him build and assemble things required for the job. With the money I would receive, I would put it towards helping my family and future transportation. Thank you.
All right, our next Eagle is in the category of general contracting, institutional, less than $5 million, and that goes to Perfection Group for the First Baptist Church of Bowling Green. First Baptist was founded in 1819 with only 20 members, and as it grew, church additions came in 1923, 1950, 54, 1974, and 1990, and once again in 2004. And this, of course, resulted in a completely disjointed and unbalanced system for heating and cooling. Perfection Design, they engineered a new HVAC system with building automation and lighting upgrades, resulting in extraordinary comfort and over $2 million in projected energy savings available to fund the entire program. 4 air handlers, 10 attic fans, 50 heat pumps, 3 gas-fired chillers, and miles of new ductwork were installed as a part of guaranteed energy savings for this project. And one of the many people on the job that deserves recognition for perfection is Ricky the Kid Reich, mechanical technician. Ricky works safe with a positive attitude, and whether the product is new construction or a dirty old retrofit, Ricky's a leader within his team, capable of running crews, supporting multiple sites, and varying project scopes. Ricky came to Perfection 4 years ago from Live Oak School, which is an ABC tool program, by the way. Ricky returns to the Oaks to help recruit future workers for the construction industry, and we can't thank him enough. Congratulations to Perfection Group and Ricky Wright. Our next Eagle is in the category of construction management institutional, less than $5 million. And this Eagle goes to Marker for the Harding Presidential Center. Marker served as a construction manager at risk for the 10,000 square foot new presidential center, while he also self-performed almost 40% of the job. So this project was a tribute to the ABC open competition philosophy. Over 110 bids were received for the various trades, and Merit Shop ended up winning and completing 83% of their work. An almost identical match to the 86 of all construction that Merit Shops complete nationally each year, by the way. So this new Marion, Ohio building was built on the site of the President Harding's original home. So therefore, it required an archaeologist to be on site during all excavations, had to look at every brick and rock to make sure it was what it was. But it's all good in case you found some significant piece of history there. Wouldn't be that big a deal. The project had a firm finish date, which would have been President Harding's 155th birthday. Bit of trivia here. Who was the other president that was born on the same date as President Harding? It was Joe Biden, just in case you didn't. I thought that was funnier than that. Come on, let it sink in. It was Joe Biden, 150. All right. Enough ripping on the president tonight. Marker met the finish date while offering over 30 different sources of value engineering, resulting in saving the client over $325,000. So over 30% of material were sourced locally. So this President's Legacy building had a huge impact on the local community in his hometown, too. So Marker, as part of this, also celebrates the hard work of Patrick Cantor. Patrick is a concrete foreman, and he's... Yeah, Patrick. How about a round of applause for Joe Biden? No, Patrick. More Patrick. More Patrick. Patrick's been with Marker for 14 years, taking every opportunity offered him to learn and grow and rapidly advance. He has a safety-oriented view and takes that in every project, and combined with his outstanding concrete knowledge, make him an incredibly valuable and versatile asset to Marker. He's certified by the American Concrete Institute for flat work, as well as later guided box screed and the vaunted sombrero laser screed, which just sounds cool. All of the work he does enhances his ability to build footers and foundations and piers, and the team there can't thank him enough. Marker and Patrick Cantor. Sombrero laser screed. We need one of those up here. Let's do the next Eagle in the category for historical restoration, less than $25 million, and that goes to Maxwell Construction for the Miller Parrott Lofts. Formerly a 1914 bakery, it was a cracker factory, actually made crackers there. Maxwell converted what had most recently been a homeless shelter into a stunning new 54-unit senior housing apartment complex. The main structure of the building is reinforced concrete with a brick facade. Initial assumptions were that the wall was a 3-width brick wall, but they quickly learned the structure behind the brick varied around the building. Behind the brick and the majority of the original building was a structural terracotta and some mortar, I guess, and proper anchoring into the terracotta was pretty hard because of the nature of the age of it, too, as well, and so they had to order some special helical anchors they helped develop, too, as well. The historical building front had a former overhead dock door, and to maintain the look and the integrity, Maxwell worked with the glazier to create a custom storefront that gives the impression of an overhead door while allowing it for a typical man entry door. The most prominent original feature were the two-story cracker ovens with white glazed ceramic brick on the front walls, cast iron doors, and temperature controls. The cast iron doors have a foundry stamp on it that read J.H. Day Company of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as part of the renovations, and it's pretty cool, you want to keep those, right? So the ovens, as you can see, remain exposed in both the hallway and inside one of the apartment units. And in celebrating this tremendous project, they join in congratulating Cameron Matthews. Cameron's primary responsibility at Miller Parrott Project was to oversee the restoration of the existing plaster walls and ceiling. He also oversaw the painting, and drywall subcontractors' quality work did an excellent job to make sure the finished product exceeded customers' expectations. Big round of applause and congratulations to Maxwell Construction and Cameron Matthews. Our next Eagle is in the category of general contracting, federal government and military, less than $10 million. And that goes to Messer Construction for the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base ARL RQ building 18 cooling tower design replacement. Good God, the government. All these letters and names. It's too much. It's not going to fit on the Eagle. It's going to wrap all the way around to the Eagle's pecker thing. Given a 12-week construction shutdown, I laughed at that, but not the Biden thing. You guys this is a rough room. They were on a 12-week construction shutdown to replace the existing cooling and piping system for a system built in 1930 with no drawings. Messer used high-definition laser scanning to create a virtual model of the building, and they accurately conveyed the building conditions as they sat now 80 years later. So, structural steel posed risk to completing this project on time and staying in within budget, too. They completed a value analysis which revealed that concrete was the most cost-effective and lower-risk material for this particular job. Messer self-performed a large portion of this project, and it was completed 6 weeks early. And on budget, too, using 26,776 working hours with 0 incidents, 0 injuries, and no near misses. And as part of this, Messer is celebrating Mike Young, labor foreman. Mike has over 50 years' experience on the job. He serves as a mentor within Messer's Craft Diversity Leadership Program. A concrete expert, he teaches and trains others, and he serves as a rigger where his reliability and competence gives others continuous faith in his work. So big round of applause and congratulations again to Mike and Messer Construction. Now then, our fourth and final scholarship video presentation comes from Mr. Rocky Weber. Rocky?
Hello, my name is Rocky Weber. I'm a senior at Harrison High School, and behind me is the construction site of my new high school is currently being built. I plan on furthering my education in the construction process by going to the University of Cincinnati and studying architectural engineering. I hope one day I'll be able to take my future kids downtown and stop at that building. As my family is looking at this unique building, I want to tell them that I made this, proving to them that imagination is limitless. As a little boy, I'm always so fascinated with building Legos, constructing everything that came in my curious brain. I knew that someday I wanted to have my own creation become reality. If I'm a fortunate recipient of this scholarship, I'll be using this award to help pay for the necessary computers needed to study architecture. This computer is very expensive, but will allow me to bring my designs into the construction site. Thank you for your consideration for me of this scholarship.
That's pretty cool. Not many people have that opportunity, and to go, I built that, show your kids and your grandkids. That's something that's going to be here long after you're gone. That is awesome. Congratulations and good luck, Rocky. We'll find out if he is one of the winners here in just a minute. So let's get back to our next Eagle Award in the category of mechanical commercial, $2 to $10 million, and that goes to Mechanical Systems of Dayton for the Preble Shawnee High School project. Woo! Woo indeed. MSD was contracted to install a new heating and central cooling system for an existing 160,000 square foot school in the midst of the pandemic. The project's firm fixed deadline was immediately challenged when manufacturing plant shutdowns, and they delayed production, and that delayed delivery, and you know the rest of the story. But MSD removed 10 existing air handlers, mostly having to take them part by part, piece by piece, out down the hallway through the school during the day. So even with delivery delays, MSD completed the scope of work, a project scheduled for 75 days. They did it in only 34. And in order to do that, you have to have good people. And one of the good people, if not the best, is Curtis Graham. MSD celebrates Curtis as a sheet metal foreman. And after graduating Greene County Vocational School in 2010, Curtis decided to enter the sheet metal trade. 2 years ago, he joined MSD and started making an immediate impact as a leader. He excelled in advancing from sheet metal as an apprentice there to journeyman to eventually foreman. In addition to this project, Curtis was also lead foreman at the MSD Speedway project, which is also up for an award tonight. So congratulations to Mechanical Systems of Dayton and Curtis Graham. Next up, in the category of general contracting, healthcare, $25 to $100 million goes to Danish Building Construction Company for the Indu and Raj Soin Medical Center South Tower. This 7-story, $58 million expansion project for Kettering Health offered 4 new operating rooms, a new cath lab, 20-room PPO suite, 17 ICU beds, a 23-bay PACU renovation, and 70% expansion of the sterile processing department, and 85,000 square feet of additional space in which to grow. Dana self-performed almost 40% of the project while achieving an owner-slated diversity spend goal. Working in and around a functioning hospital, as you can imagine, always presents a need for precise schedules and coordination of multiple contractors. So much so with COVID, too, right? At one point during the pandemic, they filled the second and third quarters of 2020, and as much as 40% of the workforce was lost due to health issues or leaves to accommodate loss of child care. Nonetheless, Danis developed a 2-shift schedule to reduce job site interactions and exposures to help workers get on site and stay safe. As county officials, building regulation departments, and inspectors were being sent home and not allowed to visit job sites, Danis developed a virtual inspection solution and weekly online meetings, more Zoom calls, to keep the project moving forward. Danis, as part of this, celebrates the hard work of Chris Reno. Chris is a project superintendent who directly managed multiple Danis divisions of internal on-site craft workers while simultaneously being responsible for project scheduling, logistics, and manpower of all subs on this massive project. He leads by example, putting in the extra hours and always making himself available nights and weekends to coordinate extra shifts too. Chris holds an OSHA 30 and is fully certified on all equipment on the job site, so he can truly observe and then step in as needed to make corrections and recommendations. During this project in COVID, Chris took what little personal time he had to help a church family challenged with an ALS diagnosis to renovate their deck to better accommodate upcoming physical challenges. That is awesome. Congratulations and a big round of applause to the Danis team, and thank you, Chris Reno. So our next Eagle in the category of mechanical, more than $10 million, goes to TP Mechanical for the Greene County Career Center. This brand new career center is over 260,000 square feet, offers a broad spectrum of programs, including construction technology, automotive technology, welding, and metal fab and engineering. This fast-paced, challenging project allowed TP Mechanical to showcase each of its mechanical capabilities, which their core is HVAC, plumbing, and fire protection. Some of this work was the installation of 14 air handling units, 3 gas-fired boilers, 2 air-cooled chillers, 8 high-volume fans, 5 computer room splits, and 12 electric unit heaters. Not to mention ductwork, louvers, grills, pumps, controls, thermostats, smoke detectors, all sorts of stuff. During this project, TP recorded its 6 millionth man-hour without a lost time accident. That is unbelievable. 6 million man-hours on consecutive time loss. Crazy. COVID-19 requires additional new procedures, as you know, in traditional programs like Stretch and Flex, which TP has always used as a way to bring everyone together, and we're all adjusted to social distancing. And we obviously can't eliminate, so you work around that, and they did. So TP celebrates Matt McGinnis. He's a 15-year sheet metal worker, and he worked on this project its entirety, leading a crew of 14, and exposed ductwork and a cafeteria in the garage area. And by the pictures, it looks phenomenal. So a big round of applause and congratulations to Matt McGinnis and TP Mechanical. Ladies and gentlemen, we only have a few awards left to present tonight. One more Excellence Eagle in the presentation of the high school student scholarships and giving away that truck over there. Some lucky ticket holder is going to walk away with that truck. So, announcing our Construction Craft Professional of the Year and Woman of the Year in Construction, and finishing with our Legacy Award winner, Mr. Mike Geiger, our final Eagle, in the category of Mechanical, Commercial, $2 to $10 million. And it goes to SynFab for the Amazon Hub at CVG. SynFab self-performed 100% of this. Yes, you have this little Amazon thing. I don't know if you ever heard it about. I think it's an app. And anyway, it's kind of like a small building. It's only 800,000 square feet. And over 15 months for one of those newfangled interweb companies. So I guess they're doing pretty good. Starting in January 2020, we all know it was coming in February and March, right? So job site temperature checks and wellness forms, face masks, hand sanitizer, all that stuff. And daily reports from the general contractor on how many workers were out from what contractor to COVID. And that was a new normal, right? Just juggling on any given day. More than 500 various trades were on site trying to socially distance. Pretty hard to do. SynFab fabricated and installed over 600,000 pounds of sheet metal while also installing 75 double-wall insulated plenums with control dampers and complete kitchen package with 220 feet of double-wall stainless grease duct included. At its peak, SynFab had 32 workers on the job working 50 hours a week towards what became a final total of over 40,000 hours on site with zero recordable accidents or incidents, all to build Amazon this thing so my wife can get, hair scrunchies and toilet paper at 3 o'clock in the morning. Thank you, SynFab, for keeping my wife in hair scrunchies. Yay to hair scrunchies. They're so cute. I need a scrunch. I can't find them. I'm just going to order some more. Thank you, SynFab. SynFab proudly celebrates Charles Arona Jr. He's a sheet metal foreman on this job. Chuck's a dedicated journeyman and one of their best foremen. His projects are always on time and always successful. Chuck's a problem solver and consistently exceeds expectations of the SynFab management team, while also being recognized for this incredible work ethic by the general contractor's project managers. Chuck loves to teach young men to be good men, hardworking men, and his goal is he mentors younger workers at SynFab, and he also coaches youth baseball and football. So he's a busy guy. Congratulations, SynFab. Congratulations, Charles Arona Jr. Now, we are proud to list and recognize those projects winning Pyramid Awards of Merit tonight. And these awards are here tonight behind me for pickup over by the photo area. And after we conclude the live program here, winners of Merit Pyramids are encouraged to take their teams. Bring your whole team over to the photo area and get your picture taken with the award. And don't forget to post it on social, too, okay? The following projects are being recognized with the Pyramid Award of Merit. So here we go. Mechanical Systems of Dayton, the Speedway HVAC and Piping, and recognizing Keith Fortin, Plumbing, Piping Foreman. To Marker, the Airstream new manufacturing facility, and recognizing John Hess with MSD, Plumbing Foreman. Danis for the Seven Hills Church Project, recognizing Henry Hecker, Drywall and Paint Leader. Matrix 5 Site Development for Shaker Run. Miller Valentine Construction, Dayton Motor Car. Ferguson Construction Company, Salvation Army Croc Center. Recognizing Corby Terrell Ironworker on that. Also, Toby, all right. J. Feldkamp Design Build, Tire Discounters, and recognizing Tim Bocklet, HVAC Journeyman. Marker in the Holland Theater, recognizing Jeff Quinton, Foreman. Danis, Sugar Creek Expansion Renovation, recognizing Calvin Montgomery, Superintendent. Garberl Electrical Contractors, the Houston Woods State Park, Lodge Safety Improvements, and recognizing Tony Ristov, Low Voltage Electrician. Hems Glass for the Festo Company. SSRG Promont House, recognizing Josh Armstrong, Superintendent. How about a big round of applause for all of them tonight? So now it's time for the presentation of student scholarships, always a highlight of the night, and Craft Professional of the Year, of course, and Woman of the Year in Construction. ABC Ohio Valley's Board of Directors and its partners, the Ohio Valley Construction Education Foundation, have spent the past year forming new relationships with our region's high schools, building new pipeline of future workers for our members. Over the past 2 weeks, they've delivered over $15,000 in scholarships to students. And tonight, you've seen the videos for the 4 finalists here tonight, hoping to win that truck right over there. So students, after I read your name, please come up to the stage. I'd also like to invite ABC's workforce problem solver and outreach coordinator, Nick Smiley, to the stage at this time. Nick? So the student scholarship winners and finalists for the truck are from Miami Valley CTC, Nicholas Didier. He's 18 years old. His parents are Kevin and Julie. Sometimes they call him the Fridge. Nick loves fajitas. It says it here. He loves fajitas. Are you going to argue with the Fridge? And he loves working outside. He looks forward to an HVAC career and inspiring more kids to pursue careers in the skilled trades. Chicken, chorizo, pollo, carne asada. Just fajitas. Okay, I don't know. Shrimp. Homemade shrimp fajitas. Okay. If he wins, he's going to fill the entire bed of truck with chicken fajitas. Everyone's going to eat tonight. From Buckeye Hills Career Center, Josiah Johnson. Josiah is 17 years old. His parents are Paul and Shonda Johnson, and he looks forward to a career as an electrician, which will allow him to restore classic cars and eventually own his own horse farm. You like the fajitas, Joe? Yeah, it's kind of sort of all right. More of a bacon cheeseburger kind of guy. From Oak Hills High School, Evan Malone. Evan is 17 years old. His parents are Janet and Monty Malone. And Evan has not yet chosen his skilled trade focus, but he sees his construction career allowing him to work around the world, is what he says, and someday owning his own business. Come on up. From Harrison High School, Rocky Weber. Rocky's 18 years old. His parents are Rob and Deanna Weber. His favorite sport is, can you guess? His name is Rocky. What do you think? It's tennis. He competed in regionals just this morning, as a matter of fact. He's going to UC to study architectural engineering and hopes to design a building that adds to the Cincinnati skyline. Come on up, Rock. At this time, let me introduce Nick Smiley to come up and speak a few words about the program. Nick?
Thank you, Scott. Good evening, ABC members and guests. The Tools program. Tools. Today's opportunities offering lifetime skills. If you have not heard of this program before this evening, that's okay. It's new, first year, infancy stages, as they would say. So let me start by thanking all the ABC members, contractors, who are already embracing this program and helping build a better future for our industry. Thank you so much. If I told you that the young man who hands you your food out of the drive-through window was a level 2 electrician who just graduated, would you hire him? And what about the young woman who works at the shoe store that helps you find the right pair of shoes and then rings you up? She's a level 2 HVAC. Would you hire her? It is truly sad how many young, skilled men and women slip through our fingers every year, our industry's fingers, every year, and get hired by other people when we should be the ones hiring them. As a graduate of Live Oaks, I can tell you how important, exactly how important placement was for me out of high school to my success in my career. That's why I'm here today speaking to you. That's why tomorrow, anywhere in the world, I can go and get hired as a journeyman carpenter. Just like that. ABC created the Tools program to build a pipeline of new talent for our members to hire. Tools directly connects our members with high schools and local career tech centers as well, which gives you the opportunity to present those opportunities that you have to those students. Give them real life chances, right? This connection serves the students, the schools, and the contractors alike. The schools get better results for their graduating students, members get access to new hires when they need them, and students get real life opportunities. Every Tools Partner School gets a guaranteed scholarship fund, and these young men behind me are just 4 of the many winners we had this year. The over $15,000 in scholarships that we gave out this year alone, I promise you, is just the beginning of this program. Each of these 4 finalists has already won a $500 scholarship. Thanks again to all of those members involved in the Tools program who made this possibility. And of those who have not signed up yet, I eagerly await your email asking me how you can get involved. So, unfortunately, there can only be one winner tonight, right, guys? We've got 1 truck, we've got 4 of you. The math just doesn't add up. But before I announce the winner of that truck, I want to let you all in on a little secret. Our board of directors really wanted to reward all of you, but there's just 1 truck. And since they didn't want 3 of you to go home totally disappointed tonight, they've decided to double each of your scholarships to a $1,000 Tools scholarship. Congratulations, guys. And now for the reason that we've all come here tonight, at least these 4, because we all drove here. The real winner of the truck tonight. Drum roll, please. I didn't think that was going to work. That's awesome. Nicholas Didier, Miami Valley CTC. Congratulations, Nick, on winning the truck and your future in HVAC. Let's get another round of applause for all of our winners tonight, please. I want to thank you all for your time and paying attention while I spoke, and I really, really, really urge every one of you to reach out to me. If you are not involved in the Tools program, you are missing out on the best talent we have coming out of our high schools, and I assure you this is true because of these 4 young men behind me have proved that tonight. Thank you.
How cool is that, right? A truck. He won a truck. It's like Oprah. He won a truck. He gets a truck. That was awesome. And as you know, ABC, and since you support us, are really, really working hard to find our future workers in construction. There's 4 great examples right there. All right, our next award is for Craft Professional of the Year, and we have 5 finalists recognized on stage tonight. So as your name is called, please come to the stage. And if that individual's not in attendance, it's cool. Just send a representative up from your table, from your company, and they'll pose. So, Mr. Tab Blosser, carpenter foreman with Danis. Now, Tab unfortunately passed away in January of this year, and he is sorely missed by his family and certainly his family at Danis too. His dedication was absolutely unmatched. He was always a guy people went to when they needed help solving a problem, and any problem for that matter. Could be personal. Tab loved his friends, he loved his family as much as he loved his work. James Craig is a team leader and foreman with HGC Construction. James is an expert craftsman with over 35 years' experience, respected by everyone on the job, and when they see James do something, they do what James does. People take his advice and follow his lead. Whenever there's a project, the project managers fight to get James on the job. And he also likes fajitas. Jimmy Hanna, he's superintendent with Ohio Solutions. James has a perfect safety rating, both in-house and with general contractors. He's run lead on almost every significant job at the company and has a knack for repurposing materials. On one job, James found a home for old flagpoles at a local horse farm. And at another, he found homes for decorative boulders, and he transported an entire old lighting system for a Pee Wee football program. Joseph Joey Wall III of SynFab, nominated by Miller Valentine. He's a sheet metal journeyman, certified welder and rigger, and his trade skills are undeniable. He has shown leadership skills beyond his age. He sets the standard, then raises the bar yet again. He's a coach and a mentor and a selfless team leader. On July 19th, 2020, Joey came to the rescue of a fallen coworker, taking shifts, doing CPR until paramedics arrived. Taking this action in the midst of a pandemic is something a lot of people wouldn't do, but Joey did it. Mike Young, labor journeyman foreman, Messer Construction. Mike has almost 50 years in the trades and is a champion of safety and quality. Mike often travels to other Messer regional offices to help teach, counsel, and mentor young people in the trades. Mike never gets rattled and is one of the people to turn to when something does not go as planned. Mike is a certified rigger as well as a mobile equipment operator. He is the concrete expert at Messer when it comes to mixing for color matching. So let's give all of these fine, skilled trades professionals the round of applause they deserve. So you've heard their accomplishment, and each is truly deserving of Craft Professional of the Year. But as you know, like with the truck, there can only be one winner. Except this year. For 2021, the judges were deadlocked and have chosen to recognize two individuals as 2021 Craftsperson of the Year. And they are Mr. Joseph Wall III of SynFab, and posthumously, Tab Blosser of Danis. So if your company did not submit a project or nominate someone for Craft Professional of the Year, pledge today to do it next year because you deserve that recognition. Your teammates and the people who work with you and work for you also deserve that kind of recognition. Our next award is for an outstanding woman in the construction industry. So we have 4 finalists for this award. And when I announce their name, just come on up to the stage, okay? After the craft guys leave, that's cool. Congratulations, guys. Well done. Michelle Marcus, Senior Project Development Engineer with Perfection Group. Michelle? She's a proven team leader for energy savings projects. She developed the format, tools and all, from the ground up. Spreadsheets used for projections. She's built the process for survey work and data gathering. She is a mechanical engineering graduate of The Ohio State University and holds designations as a professional engineer and certified energy manager. She manages all this while being the mom of 3 grade school children. Michelle O'Rourke, CEO of O'Rourke Wrecking. Michelle has been an industry role model and trailblazer for almost 30 years and is just an all-around nice person. She served in accounting, estimating, bid coordination, business development, the CEO. She was coordinated her plan, move over before you move up. She ensures that the company is always seen as a leader, whether it's with equipment, techniques, social media marketing, or recruiting new talent. Michelle is an EPA asbestos certified in multiple states, by the way, lead trained, and led the company's transition to become the region's only WBE certified demolition specialist. Michelle is a founding member of the new ABC Logic Group and Ladies Operating for Growth in Construction. My friend Michelle O'Rourke. Misty Priest is a fourth-year apprentice electrician with Area Energy and Electric. Misty has continuously demonstrated a dedication and desire to excel in her career. She is an outstanding team member while being trusted to run work alone as needed. She mentors apprentices, most frequently men, often older in age, and they all respect her, and they want to work for her and learn from her. She'll soon become a full journeyman and no doubt, start leading some of the larger, more complex jobs that Area faces in the future, okay? She's the future of our industry and an outstanding electrician. Thank you. Lisa Schubert is operations manager at Regal Plumbing and Heating. In only 4 short years with the company, Lisa has proven to be an integral part of the company's success. She oversees 10 different project managers, coordinating project planning, deliveries, and most importantly, invoicing. She does this in addition to serving as office manager as well. Lisa gets the work done and still finds time to lead community outreach projects in her hometown of Lima, Ohio. Lisa Schubert. She's in Lima, so it's a long walk. Let's give all of these professional women in construction a round of applause. And the winner of Construction Woman of the Year is Michelle O'Rourke, CEO, O'Rourke Wrecking. One more round of applause, huh? Congratulations. Now then, our final award of the evening. And it's time we recognize our 2021 Ohio Valley Associated Builders and Contractors Legacy Award winner. As this recognition has grown over the years, it's not been difficult to get many nominees, right? You can imagine. There are so many great merit shop stories and champions of the industry worthy of this award, but we can only award one. Let's watch the video.
As a young board member, I did a lot of observing, and one person I always watched was Mike Geiger. It was evident from the beginning how much he cared about ABC, and his passion for the industry and ABC was undeniable. Mike Geiger is an extremely deserving recipient of the Legacy Award.
Our company first decided 15 years ago to get involved with the ABC apprenticeship program, so we sent 10 people to go there to the school, and we quickly found out that we weren't getting the bang for the buck that we had hoped for. So I went to a board meeting and voiced my concerns about how the program was running. It was a butts in the seats program. It was where you had to show up every night, 3 times a week, sit there for 4 hours after you'd already spent 8 hours in the field, and it just wasn't working. I considered that a put up or shut up time for me, so I got on and I started sharing the board. And this became passionate for me.
He inherited a financial statement that was in the red continually and somewhat needed some direction. And Mike's leadership was just outstanding throughout that. His fiscal leadership and knowledge and his determination to make sure that things got done and goals were achieved.
They were looking at the opportunity to be OSHA Education Center. Mike was instigator in that and wanted it to happen and could see the benefits of that and kept pushing. So that finally happened. It was approved by OSHA that we would be authorized to be an official OSHA Education Center.
He was somewhat relentless, which was what was needed at the time. And it was a big blessing for him to be a part of that change that was needed.
ABC realizes that there is a shortage of workers, and you're not going to get new workers if you don't have good training programs.
Mike is a tenacious person when it comes to problem solving. ABC is about problem solving. How do we engage the youth into an industrial trades, crafts trades career?
He actually volunteered time to help teach some of the kids about the construction industry.
I started getting involved with ABC's workforce development group, where we were going out initially to grade schools, talking about a water park, how to build a water park and what trades were all involved with that.
It was really eye-opening to see how kids related to that.
His passion to get young people in the trades and just education in general, he will always put that first, knowing that need is such a large need.
His hope in doing that was when they finally graduated from high school, there was an opportunity for them.
Mike is probably the biggest champion that this association has ever seen as far as education and training is concerned.
See the workforce be developed and be safe. The Very Safe program that Mike was behind was just to give those people that have had training already exactly what they needed for that particular job site, but not duplicating stuff that they had heard year after year after year.
Mike's commitment to the training is incredibly important to the future of the industry.
His heart was in workforce development because he cared a lot about workers.
He was one of the driving forces to make sure each one of these programs got done.
So he's got that fire and that passion to be a member of this organization and left a legacy for others to try and live up to.
And Mike Geiger is the epitome of a doer. He comes up with the strategic ideas, and then he does the work to get it done. He's in this office, he's leading the staff, he's coming up with the great ideas. ABC would not be the organization that it is today without Mike Geiger. His legacy will be known here forever.
Mike has been a true ABC advocate since the day I met him. He's been very active in the organization in multiple capacities. He just has been a true believer in ABC since the day I met him.
I wish you the best. Congratulations on receiving this award. Mike is very deserving of this award because of his ability to cultivate new employees and cultivate our educational system at ABC.
Congratulations, Mike. You deserve it.
Congratulations, Mike. It's been fabulous serving with you. Great person overall, and I congratulate you on this award.
Seriously, congratulations. Well deserving of this honor. I'm honored to be here, even though I don't like doing this, but I'm honored to be here to say this about you.
Mike, just congratulations. You're just such a great person and a pleasure to work with, and hope you enjoy a little bit of retirement as well.
I'm very proud to bring to the stage for a few words the winner of the 2021 Ohio Valley ABC Legacy Award, Mr. Mike Geiger of Cincinnati Air Conditioning. Mike, come on up and accept your award.
Thank you all. It's a tremendous honor for me to be here this evening. I'd like to congratulate all the winners of all the projects, the safety award recipients, tradespersons that were recognized, and of course the scholarship winners. The scholarship winners are near and dear to my heart because of our involvement in the tools program. Nick, I promised you I'd sneak that in, so there you go. Yeah, I know. I want to thank the ABC board for honoring me. When I look back at the prior winners of the Legacy Award, I don't really feel like I fit in with that group. So I'm both honored and humbled at the same time. and thank you very much. There are actually two different boards on ABC. I don't know how many people realize that, but there's an Education Trust Board, and then there's the ABC Main Board. And I first got involved with the ABC Trust Board because it was the board that was responsible for education and training and safety. And those were things that were near and dear to my heart. But when I joined that board, what I didn't realize was they met once a month. Today they only meet every other month, so it's a little easier. But back then, we met once a month, so that was 12 meetings a year. Well, then you also had to serve on a committee. So the committee met once a month. So now we're up to 24 meetings a year. Well, then I got involved in the ABC board, and it met once a month, but not on the same days. So now we're up to 36 meetings a year. And then, of course, the ABC board had committee meetings as well. So now we're up to 48 meetings a year. So I want to thank Mark Radke, the owner and president of Cincinnati Air Conditioning. He had to put up with a lot, letting me go to 48 meetings a year. So Mark, I thank you. Mark shares my passion for education. He believes that he wants to provide every employee with the tools that are necessary to do their job. And what better tool than education? So thank you, Mark. I'd also like to thank my wife of 48 years, Annette. To attend 48 meetings a year meant that a lot of personal events had to be scheduled around all of these events. In the 10 years that I served as the chairperson of the trust, I missed one meeting. That meant 120 times a year she had to make sure I was available to be there. So thank you, Annette. You meant a lot to me. I want to thank another Legacy Award winner from prior years who helped me out quite a bit. The practice back in the day was for the OVCEF board chair to deliver the budget to the ABC board to get approval. The third year in a row, I was presenting a deficit budget to the board, and this was not going over well, let me tell you. One board member in particular, a very prominent and respected board member, was pounding his fist on the table demanding that we tell him what was our average cost per student. And I looked at the director of education that evening, who's no longer with us. He and I couldn't come up with the answer that this gentleman wanted. Long story short, the board passed the budget, but I was visibly shaken after that meeting. And Fred Ungerman came up to me and he said, "Mike, I believe you're on the right track. Keep up the good work." And those words of encouragement were all I needed to continue the track we were on. I need to also thank 3 board members, 2 of which made part of the video, and I appreciate that. But without the support of Brian Maloney of Area Energy, Tony Daly of Spollinger, and Tim Eli from Beacon Electric, we never would have been able to accomplish what we did. So I thank those gentlemen for sticking with me over all those years. So what was the secret sauce? What did we do to change the education process? What we had in place at the time was the old butts in the seats program. It's still in use by the unions. But what we were asking our people to do was work 8 to 10 hours in the field every day and then drive up to an hour to get to one of our training sites and then sit there from 5 until 9 listening to a lecture from an instructor who might have been a good craftsman, but he had not been skilled in how to educate individuals. What happened was a lot of times the instructors showed up late, the people showed up late, the instructor let them sign in and leave, and the quality of the education simply was not there. So we had to make a decision as a board, as a group, to make a change. And what we did was we went to an online model. to allow the students to study at their own time, and we provided tablets for the people who couldn't afford one so that nobody was left out of this process. During this process, we were able to cut down the amount of instructor costs because the instructors weren't doing the weekday presentation, so we saved money on the instructor costs. But did we keep that money? Hell no. We took that money and invested it in better pay for more skilled educators to train our people. We took that money and we used it to have better facilities and better equipment. And I want to tell you that the program works. Tonight, we have 2 individuals from my own company who graduated from this program less than 8 years ago. One of those gentlemen is now our operations manager. Brian, stand up quickly. Another one of those graduates from the same class, Paul Moore, is now one of our sales project managers. He's out there bidding projects and selling them to our customers. The program is working. Paul, please stand up. Now, I'm not crazy enough to think for one moment that anybody besides my wife and 2 children came here to see me talk. I've been in your seats 100 times for the one time I'm up here now. And I promised myself that if I ever received an award for anything, I would be as brief as possible. Because I've seen too many people drone on and just lose the interest of all the people. But I would like to leave you with 2 quick thoughts. Regardless of who is president of the United States, it's a great country, and we need to respect that individual. That said, when President Obama became president, I went to Danny Roden of KT Black, and I said to Danny, before Obama leaves office, he will bail out the union pension plans. Because 18 years ago, they were already in trouble. And it was well known that the union pension plans were underwater. And it was expensive to leave the union. And they knew that. Well, Obama, for whatever reasons, chose to make Obamacare his signature event. And he did not address the unions. And I think that was partially responsible for Trump actually getting into the election and winning, because the unions pulled back a little bit of their support, and they had all the dollars to do it. Now, I'm not going to weigh in on Trump tonight. We'll let history decide where he fits in, okay? But we do have a new gentleman as President of the United States, President Biden. And while I'm asking you to respect his position, I'm asking you to be watchful. Because what he did in the first 60 days of his administration was what Obama couldn't do in his entire 8 years. He bailed out the union pension plans. He gave $86 billion to the unions to bail out their plans. Do we have any owners of construction companies or managers of construction companies in hand tonight? Raise your hand if you're one of them. Todd, did President Biden call you and ask you how much money you wanted for your pension plans or your profit-sharing plans? Yeah, you haven't heard a word. And that's exactly what it was. It was a commitment he made to the unions to give back the money. So, honor him, respect him, but be watchful. He has a dangerous thing called the PRO Act, which if it becomes law is going to hurt us all. And there's plenty of labor law attorneys in House tonight that can help justify that. The other thing I'd like to leave you with is one of the crowning achievements that I feel like I accomplished at the board, and that had nothing to do with anything I did personally. I served on a search committee to replace Kathy Summers when she resigned from the board. We got our selection down to 2 individuals, one of whom was a previous person that did the administration for another association. He had 10 years' experience. The other person was an electrical contractor previously in his life and was now in the education department, working for high schools and universities. We went out on a limb and we said, we're not going to take that association person who could have been an easy drop-in. We made the recommendation to the board that they hire John Morris to become the new president of the ABC chapter. And I want to tell you, we hit a home run. Without John Morris, we never would have gotten the online instruction working. We never would have been able to upgrade the education process that's going on at ABC today. My message to you is don't ever let John get away. Sloaney, tell me honestly, when WLW, one of the most powerful radio stations in the country, needs a comment on construction, who do they call? Me? No, John. I was afraid you were going to say Ghostbusters, but they call John. John is the face of Merit Shop Construction. He writes more letters to the editor than 2 star-crossed lovers on different continents. And liberal as they are, the Enquirer's dumb enough to print some of them because they make too much sense. I tell you what, don't let him get away, okay? Thank you for the award. It means a life to me. Have a good evening.
How about one more round of applause for Mike? Come on, give him some love here. So I want to thank you for being such a great crowd tonight, audience tonight. It's great to have an event like this. Again, it's starting to feel normal, pinch ourselves. So I want to thank each of you for the work you do in Merit Shop specifically, and also the mentoring, as well as the apprenticeships and building the next generation of leaders that when we're gone will be sitting in this room talking badly about us, no doubt. So it's time to start to thinking about what projects and people you're going to submit for next year's award for 2022. So please stay safe, have a great year in construction, be safe, and thanks so much for building our community and our country. Be well.
Make sure if you've got a binder that you submitted as a project, they are available for pickup. Those of you that got merit pyramids, go pick them up, get your picture taken. And everybody take those programs home with you. Take them back to the office, pass them around, and definitely support our sponsors.